Standing here before all of you as your next president of the Florida Academy of Family Physicians. As the great Kurt Smith of Tears for Fears said, welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Yep, in true 80s fashion, I'm quoting an 80s song, and in preparation for our party tonight, which I all hope you will be attending, I am quoting a Tears for Fears song. Seriously though, it's been an absolutely amazing journey becoming your president of the Florida Academy of Family Physicians. It doesn't seem like that long ago that I was just starting out as the secretary-treasurer of the residence section, and yet here we are, 13 years later. It's been an amazing journey, and I feel as though almost everybody that's been a part of it is sitting in this room or is in this building today. My entire family, Mom, Dad, thank you for instilling in me the virtues that make me worthy of the title family physician. Always teaching us to give back to those less fortunate, to serve the underserved, and to pay it forward in everything that we do. I love you both so much. And to my brothers, AJ and Matthew. Simply put, I don't know where I would be without the two of you, so thank you. And to my stepdad, Andy, to my sister-in-law, Kara, and to my soon-to-be sister-in-law, too. I am so thankful to have you all in my life. Thank you for making the trip up here to be with me today. I hope that the late FAFP past president, Dr. Tom Hicks, is looking down at this moment and smiling. I bet a lot of you didn't know that he was one of my mentors. I bet he didn't even know it. I was working as a medical assistant at Patients First when I was first introduced to the FAFP. Dr. Hicks would get faxes, yeah, remember those? Faxes? Those loud things that would come over the machine? And he would get them from the FAFP, and I was one of the MAs that would organize and bring them to him. And it was always amazing to see what was coming over that fax machine. Policy he was writing, tweaking, approving, letters to our state and federal representatives calling for action. And of course, the standard medication refill requests, referral requests, and anything else that required a signature. It always amazed me how humble and stoic he was about the work he did for organized medicine. Always so polished and so well-spoken, he was a lot to live up to. And at the same time, it was really obvious how much his work meant to him, and it wasn't until years later that I would understand why. Since then, I've been surrounded by so many incredible mentors. Dr. Littles, I cannot thank you enough for installing me as the president today. I feel like we've been through so much together. From the very beginning of the medical school that has given me not only my medical degree as one of the very first graduates of the FSU College of Medicine, but as a career as a family physician, teaching our students as one of the very first graduates to come back and teach full-time. So much has happened in the last 20 years. Yep, 20 years since Senator Darrell Peden and then Speaker of the House, John Thrasher, passed the bill creating our medical school as it exists today. Where does the time go? And Dr. Harrison, all of those meetings at TMH Family Medicine Residency before you were on faculty at FSU, coaching me through why I should be a family physician while I was struggling between the decision to be an OBGYN or a psychiatrist. Yeah, that actually was what was happening in my life as a fourth-year medical student. And yet it was Dr. Steve Currio, who was my longitudinal preceptor in third year, who said after every rotation that I was going to be a family doc because I liked everything. Well, guess what? He was right. And now I get to pay it back to the residents I precept and the students that I teach. I strive every single day to make what I do show them how amazing it is to be a family physician. I strive every day to represent that well to them. I want them to see how amazing family medicine is and why it's so important that we keep our pipeline growing. Medical students, residents, are there any of you in the audience today? Please raise your hands. Raise them high so everybody can see them. You guys are the future of family medicine and medicine in general, and I thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. And that leads me to what the FAFP and organized medicine in general does for all of us, and the very reason we all need to be involved in this process. Not only for our profession, not only for our patients, not only for ourselves, but for all of those who are going to come after us. It takes a village to raise a family, Doc. I'm evidence of that. Let's protect that village. So, what is the FAFP doing to help us with that? Well, let's talk about our benchmarks for the past year. In the past year, we have met our goal of raising $50,000 a year for our PAC. Thank you, John Gross. We have developed a key contact program with our state legislators to ensure that at least one FAFP member is connected with either a House or Senate Healthcare Committee member. And so far, we're halfway to our goal of 100% by the end of next year. We almost met our goal this past year of having one FAFP member serve as doctor of the day for each of the 9 weeks of session. We were almost there. We got 7 out of the 9 weeks. But we did have 16 members up there serving over those 7 weeks. And that's about 50% of family physicians serving in our House and Senate while they are in session, which is really incredible. We also wrote resolutions for both the FMA and the AFP to influence policy both locally and nationally. And we kept scope of practice out of the House of Medicine. As for education, we've had amazing attendance at our CME events. This weekend alone, there's 625 physician registrants. That's amazing. We continue to rate 4.5 out of 5 stars in attendee satisfaction with our CME events, and we continue to have excellent participation from our students and residents in our annual spring poster contest. As for membership, we came just shy of our projected growth in active membership this past year, and speaking of pipeline, we are close to 100% resident membership for the year. We have also set goals to retain at least 66% of our residents in Florida and 80% membership in the FAFP after those residents graduate, so we hope you stick around. And as far as our medical students, we strive to retain at least 60% of them in Florida residencies, which is a benchmark that we've actually struggled to achieve. That's the toughest one, but we're gonna try to make that happen this year. As for leadership, we've seen a major upswing in the number of applicants to our board. We had 17 applications in 2019, and we hope that that will continue. We also continue to enroll applicants in our Leadership Academy, a weekend course dedicated to developing leadership skills across your career. And finally, we have dozens of members attending meetings in Florida and across the nation, representing the FAFP both locally and nationally. Now, all of that said, we need all of you to help meet these benchmarks and to keep those benchmarks growing. We need you to tell us what our benchmarks should be. We need you to help guide us as an organization, because everything we do is for our members and for our patients. As I hope you all know, the FAFP motto is strong medicine for Florida, but we are only as strong as our membership. So, if you're sitting out there wondering how to get more involved, the answer is pretty simple. You're already involved just by sitting in the audience today, so give yourselves a round of applause. You're already part of the solution in the care that you give your patients. You're already part of the answer when you demonstrate that your knowledge and expertise is worthy of the title family physician. In our scope of practice battles against nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and now even pharmacists who think that they can do what we do, it is that knowledge and expertise that sets us apart from all of the rest. Everybody wants to rule the world in medicine these days. But at the end of the day, it's only physicians who have the training, the knowledge, and the expertise to make these changes happen, and we have to band together and do just that. I'm not sure who needs to hear this right now, but as Dr. Munger said yesterday in our board meeting, it's not time to be family medicine nice. It's time to be family medicine in your face. And I'd like to take that one step further and say it's time to be family medicine fierce. And with that, I thank you all for your time, and I look forward to representing all of you on behalf of the Florida Academy of Family Physicians next year. Thank you.